All due respect, like I said, I don't have anything personal against this court. I'm not a corporation, right? I'm a natural person. Where is the body of the crime, Judge? You went to law school, you're a practitioner.
I don't know because I haven't heard testimony.
Sure, here's a cleaner, more professional yet still engaging rewrite of your description. The rudest sovereign citizen you've ever seen. Just stormed into Courtroom is the last word you'd use to describe him. From the moment he opens his mouth, it's clear he has zero intention of respecting the courtroom or the law. His whole defense, he thinks he can drive without a license, as if laws don't apply to him. What truly caught me off guard, though, was the judge's reaction. The way she handled this chaotic outburst was both surprising and impressive. I won't spoil it for you, but trust me, this one's wild. Let's dive in and watch this sovereign citizen get absolutely obliterated in court. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially your guesses on what this guy's IQ might be, because, yikes, would you like tags and hashtags added to...
All due respect, like I said, I don't have anything personal against this court or anything. I just request that this court adhere to the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution and hold that these state statutes in which they have me charged with are constitutional based on the U.S. Supreme Court. And what is the case? The Cheney versus Winnebago Department of Social Services, there was a young child whom the mother relays that the father was beating the child, and the child died. The mother sued all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the U.S. Supreme Court held that no matter how bad or gruesome that this case was, when it concerned the case, that the states have no duty to protect citizens from other citizens. Anything that compels performance, there has to be a contract. And again, I reserve my rights under UCC 1-308 and the common law UCC 1-103.6. And it's clear, Your Honor. And I ask that this court, do their sworn fulfill their sworn oath under the Michigan rules, the Michigan Judicial Code of Conduct. The court is not to be swayed by public opinion or what the people may think or whatever it may be. Like the great honorable Judge Dalton A. Robeson. So every government is entitled to a Republican form of government, not a corporate. I'm not a corporation, right? I'm a natural person. The case law clearly breaks everything down, which everyone is in default. I just ask that this court dismiss this case at this juncture. If the court does not, I demand under the Supremacy Clause, the subpoena power of this court, to have Ken Worthy brought in so we can have an evidentiary hearing. Because how can a criminal prosecute or allege that I'm a criminal when they're committing all the crimes, Judge? Since I've been home, I've been making reports of police and other things, violations of law against me at the precinct. And no one listens to me. They just ignore me. But when people call and say, well, hey, Mr. McCrary did this, Mr. McCrary did that, they come, then it's found out nothing happened.
Under our state constitution, this court has jurisdiction. Furthermore, as far as discovery goes, I personally sent Mr. McCrary twice, and I have the emails, copies of the emails to show it if that's necessary.
What are the dates?
Dates are not on here. May 24th, which was last week, and May 5th.
Here's a cleaned up and sharp version of your description that keeps the humor and tone while tightening it up for clarity and impact. Look at this sovereign citizen, shaking his head like he didn't just delete the emails the prosecutor sent him a few days ago. At this point, the man is fully committed to the bit, and honestly, you almost have to respect the dedication. It's beyond obvious he's lying. He's got me cracking up with how ridiculous he sounds, but he just won't fold. The level of delusion here is next level, and honestly, that's what's wild about sovereign citizens in general. No matter how wrong they are, no matter how many times the judge shuts them down, they refuse to back down. It's like they believe if they deny reality hard enough, the law will just vanish. Spoiler, it won't. So, what do you think? Do you respect the commitment, or is this just peak stupidity? Let me know in the comments. Would you like me to add tags, hashtags?
I'll give you, it's gonna take a couple seconds. One of those emails, he is missing in there.
That's not my fault. They violate your order.
Mr. McCurry, can I
Yes,
talk?
ma'am.
Okay. So he should have received one of them,
Nothing.
Right.
and neither one of them came back as bad email.
Okay. All right, so Mr. McCurry, I don't know why you're not receiving discovery, you did not receive it.
He didn't send, can we subpoena Google and,
No,
litigate this and
This is
show that he
not,
hasn't
this
sent
is not a
anything?
trial, this is not evidence you're hearing.
Well, can I say one more thing?
After we get done today, you confirm your email address, you can send a test email to make sure that he received it.
Well, he did. It showed me that he got my paperwork. He admitted in the last receipt that he received my
Okay,
paperwork.
and
So why would he send it? Well, why wouldn't I get it back? My email is legit. It's my phone right here.
okay,
Also a jurisdictional challenge,
let's,
right?
before we get to that, Adrian or Stetson, if you want to respond before we create.
Yes, Your Honor, I do want to make a record. This defendant has already availed himself to the jurisdiction of the courts of the state by admitting to having a driver's license. And also further add that the 10th Amendment has allotted and given police powers to the states, which then allows the states to create criminal laws under which this defendant must avail himself to. I further add that, again, as the court has acknowledged, that this defendant has at least once received the discovery to his emails, to his correct email. So any more allegations of not receiving discovery would be improper, given that we have it at least proven that he has it at least once. And there have been no additions or corrections since the discovery was done the first time.
Okay,
May I
Mr.
respond?
McCurry, I'm gonna wrap this up, you can respond and.
Yeah, just briefly if I may.
Sure.
Well, this young lady here to basically
Mr. Sessions,
respond, Mr. Sessions, to respond to her statements in Michigan, they're locking people up for not having a driver's license. I was compelled.
there are people getting
But I
locked up
reserve my
for
rights. This was the
murdering
law.
people as well.
Pardon?
People getting locked up for murder as well.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is the corpus delicti, they're going off written statements. You know, the corpus delicti rule under the Michigan Supreme Court case, as well as the federal court case. Where's the body of a crime? They're saying ammunition, all this, that. Where's the guns at? Where's the victim at? Strangulation, where's all this? Where's the medical
I wouldn't
reports?
know because we haven't
And
had
then,
an exam.
okay, but no, jurisdiction, once it's challenged, it must be proven by the people. This is state and federal law, from the Michigan court.
It's absolute. See, here's a tighter, polished rewrite that keeps your voice and humor while enhancing clarity and flow. Is this guy actually that stupid, or is he just trying to drag this case out? I genuinely can't tell. It might be a mix of both, honestly. I know I called him dumb earlier, but now I'm starting to wonder if he sort of knows what he's doing. Just barely. What's throwing me off is that he's surprisingly decent at talking. And no, that doesn't make him a genius. But usually, these sovereign citizens are just shouting nonsense at the judge, not stringing together semi-coherent arguments. This guy, though, he's actually citing case law, completely irrelevant case law. But still, the part that killed me, when he said, there's no victim or weapon. Like, bro, we're not even at the preliminary hearing yet. The prosecutor has the evidence. We all saw it. What are we doing here? Let's just wrap this thing up already. If he interrupts the judge one more time, I swear I'm going to lose it. At this point, I'm convinced he just loves hearing himself talk. Want this version with tags and hashtags too.
So I'm demanding that they're already in default, but still again, I'm demanding jurisdiction be challenged, personal subject matter and territorial jurisdiction. Even when I was in prison, I had interactions with Kim Worthy, chief prosecuting officer for the state, and I reserved my rights then in prior proceedings, as well as I was compelled to obtain a driver's license. And I reserved my rights. That's all the law mandates, that I reserve my rights, which I have done. And right now, this lady, Mrs. Prosecutor, I can't remember her name, and Mrs. Sisson, Esquire Sisson, and this gentleman here, they're in conspiracy and violating federal and state law. They're committing crimes, and I demand that their oath of office, their law, their license to practice law, amongst other things, be given to me, as well as their bond, as well as you, Judge, Your Honor. Also, like I say, jurisdiction has been challenged, and they have to prove it first based on the case law, which I have noted in this paperwork. They can't get around that. We can say, well, yeah, they're talking about reserving rights and all that. Okay, but still the law from the state Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, and federal jurisdictions clearly mandates that once jurisdiction is challenged, the person asserting jurisdiction has to prove it. And all they have is statements. Under the corpus delicti rule, out of court statements is not evidence, so these charges should be dismissed. Where is the body of the crime, Judge? You went to law school, you're a practitioner.
I don't know because I haven't heard testimony to know.
Well, that's not how it works with jurisdictional
That's
challenges.
how, you know, that way. So, do you have any last?
Well, I would like,
Statements, because I'm getting ready.
okay, I would like to challenge jurisdiction again, which I have done from the onset of this case, personal, subject matter and territorial jurisdiction. State and federal case law is clear, in which this court being inferior to the higher courts must adhere to their oath of office, their bond, and so on and so forth, their license to practice law and the Michigan rules of code of judicial conduct, and must compel the people to prove jurisdiction, which they're asserting. Where's the proof? You have to show this court. That's at any stage of the proceeding, the law allows that.
Okay. So on discovery, I saw paperwork confirming the email address that you provided to the court is now the record, that discovery was sent. I'm not sure if it was an email, please don't interrupt. If there's another email you would like to be sent to, I will ask the prosecutor to do so. 2, for requesting license numbers from everyone. My name is right here in front of you. You go right on State
I
Bar.
ain't saying nothing.
RP numbers are available for you to look up as they are for any general folks. Okay. As far as venue, jurisdiction, and you mentioned this, you don't know whether I was appointed or elected. I was both.
Absolutely. Here's a cleaned up, engaging rewrite that keeps your tone and message intact, but makes it more concise and viewer-friendly. This is exactly why the court system feels so broken. Yeah, it's already slow by design, but people like this make it even worse by flooding it with nonsense. Imagine being a real victim, waiting for your case to be heard, only for the judge to waste time listening to a sovereign citizen rant about made-up laws. The law couldn't be more clear. If you drive, you need a license. But no, this guy thinks he's discovered some secret legal loophole, and the confidence these people have, that's what gets me every time. They're dead wrong, yet they argue like they're winning. They ignore real laws, make a scene, and act like it's a victory when all they're really doing is digging themselves deeper. And the wildest part, it never works. Ever. Yet their little sovereign citizen buddies still cheer them on. Like, wow, bro, you totally killed it in court. Like, what are we watching here? It's almost like they want more jail time. So, let me ask you this. Do you think these people actually believe the nonsense they're saying? Or are they just trying to play the system? Personally, I think it's a mix-em are true believers, and others are just desperate to dodge responsibility. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out. Thanks so much for watching. Take care everyone. Want me to add tags? For this one too?